Hello, everyone. It's Dataset, and it's great to have you here today with me on another exciting video. On today's video, I'll be taking you through on how to append different data tables with the same headers in Excel. Let's say you're an analyst, accountant, sales manager, or maybe an operations officer, and you're given an Excel workbook containing multiple spreadsheets. Each sheet has the same headers, but contains data from different locations, branches, or even departments. Before you can run meaningful analysis, create summaries, or build reports, you need to have all that data in one place. Well, this means combining the content of all the individual sheets into a single consolidated sheet. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, because in this video, I'll show you exactly how to do that using Excel's append functionality, saving you time and hassle of copying and pasting manually. All right, then, let's jump straight in. Here I have my opened Excel workbook with 4 different spreadsheets that represent 4 different countries' sales data. I have Australia, Canada, UK, and the USA countries. First, let's talk about what the append functionality does in Excel. Append allows you to combine data from multiple tables or worksheets into one continuous table. That is, append stacks the data set on top of each other, keeping all rows and columns intact as long as they share the same headers. For this tutorial, I'll be stacking each country's data set in one spreadsheet. Please keep in mind that since the sheets we want to append are already part of the same workbook, Excel won't allow us to directly append them within the same file. And this is because Excel import process is designed to pull data from an external source, not from another sheet in the exact workbook that's currently open, meaning you can't import a sheet into Excel. I'll show you what I mean. I'll head over to the Data tab and click on the Get Data option. I'll select the From File, then select the From Excel Workbook. It brings up my folder where I'll be selecting the file and click Import. Notice that it brings up an error prompt saying unable to connect because the file is being used by another process. That is, it's currently opened. I'll cancel this. What I'll be doing instead is to close the current file and open a new workbook, which I'll be using to append my data. Here I have my new blank sheet. I'll head over to the Data tab, select the Get Data option. I'll select the From file, then select the From Excel workbook. In case you missed my video on how to import other files like text, PDF into Excel, please click the link below or visit my channel to watch. As soon as I click on the From Excel workbook, this opens up my folder where I have my data set. I'll go ahead and select that and click Import. This brings up the navigator pane. Here the individual countries' data set is showing, which are Australia, Canada, UK, and USA. When I click on each one of them, I can see the data it contains. Since I'll be selecting all the tables, I'll head to the top and check the box, select multiple items, and it immediately brings up a checkbox in front of each country. I'll go ahead and select all the boxes since I'll be using all the countries' data. I'll be selecting the Transform Data option. Again, in case you want to know how the other option works, please click the link below for the video or head over to my channel to watch. As soon as I click on the Transform Data option, it processes the data and open up the Power Query editor. Here it shows the data set of each country in a table. In this editor, you can clean your data if it's not and some errors you want to remove. Maybe it has blank, you can do that here. But my data set for this tutorial is clean and I will not be showing that in this video. Next, in the Home tab, I'll move to the Combine section. Here I have the Merge option. If you missed my video on how to merge different sheets, click the link below or visit my channel to watch. Next, I have the Append Queries functionality, which is my main focus for this video. So I'll click on the drop down and this brings up the Append Queries and Append Queries as new options. The first one means that I can stack all tables into any country data set I select. For example, I can select Australia and stack the other countries into Australia's sheet. The second option means that all the tables will be stacked and loaded in a standalone sheet. I prefer the second option because it retains all other sheets in its original state. Although there are cases where option 1 is better, but for this tutorial, I'll go with option 2. Moving on, I'll select the second option and then the Append dialog box pops up. Here it says concatenate rows from 2 tables into a single table. Here we have 2 tables or 3 or more tables option. Since our total table is 4, I'll select option 2 and this shows the list of all the tables imported. I'll go ahead and use the Add button to add each country one after the other by selecting each country and click on Add. Next, I'll go ahead and click OK. This immediately creates a new table with the appended data set for all countries. As long as your column headers are the same, you have a clean data table. You can see that each country's data set is stacked together, creating a clean, continuous data with just one column header. I'll be changing the table name to All Country Sales Data. Our data set looks good and all columns are well represented. Next, I'll proceed to load my data. I'll move to the top left and select Close and Load. I'll go on to select the Close and Load To option. This immediately brings up a dialog box requesting that I select how I want to load my tables. In my video on importing external files, I explained other options in the close and load process. For this tutorial, I'll be using the only create connection. What this does is that instead of loading the tables into the sheet, it just creates a connection that helps you access the tables. I'll select that and click OK. This opens the queries and connection panel by the right and shows all my table connections. Now I'll go on to load my appended table. Since that is what I need, I can load each country table, but I need just the appended data. So I'll right click on my all country sales data and select Load To option. I'll select the table option this time. I'll also select the existing worksheet option, which is the worksheet I'm currently on. Then OK. This immediately loads the table into this sheet. I'll go ahead and clear the filters. Here I have all my countries' data in one sheet. I'll be renaming the sheet to All Countries Sales Data. In case you want to make any changes, click on any cell in the table and locate the Queries tab at the top. When you click on it, you'll see different options. You can edit, view properties, delete, refresh, and other options available. Notice that the data was appended based on country name order. The sales ID isn't in order. For the example used here, I can go ahead and sort my sales ID in ascending order. Now it shows from 1 to 200. This is a quick way to have all your data set or sheet or tables all stacked together in one sheet. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.